I finish you, little man.
Get that ass from here.
I finish you.
Yeah. With Armin Sarukian weighing in as the backup, is he getting back in the good graces with you and the...
Well, it's not about getting back in the good graces. It's about, you know, the guy had the opportunity to fight for a title and didn't make weight. It's just, I mean, you couldn't fuck up anything worse than that. But he proved, you know, now that he's not fighting for the title and he was here as a backup fighter, he made weight, so it's definitely a step in the right direction.
What a night. Oh.
Go trajectory we have in our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
You said something to me, I want you to say it, I want to ruin it. Ilia has done what now?
I mean, he just is legend after legend. I mean, the greatest 3-fight run in MMA history. I guarantee you, if you're an MMA fan, he's slept your favorite fighter. It's just a fact.
That Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira fight just happened, and these are the reactions from the MMA world.
Jab to the body, jab up top. Oh, that's it. Inside of 3 minutes, bitches. Inside of 3 minutes. Inside of 3 fucking minutes. He fucking called it. He fucking called it. Inside of 3 fucking minutes. Keep doubting this fucking guy now.
Good shot to the body. I think Ilia's going to finish him.
Oh, he slumps him. He slumps him. Oh my God. He's dead. Put him out cold. Ilia wins. New lightweight champion. Oh my God. Slumped him out cold. Nasty combination. Oh my God. Charles looks like return the slab.
Topuria goes to the body with the left. Oh, nasty right. Charles is down. He's out. He's cold. He's dead. He's flatlined. He's flatlined. He's flatlined. He is knocked out. Remember Gregory Rodriguez's knockout? Well, Ilia Topuria just sent Charles Oliveira to another planet. Charles Oliveira is sleeping.
Jab to the body from Ilia. Jab upstairs. The jabs. Oh! Oh! He slept on himself cold! He slept him out cold in round 1! He slept Oliveira in round 1! With a nasty 2-piece! Oh, you, you cunt! Why are you so horrible? What a savage this guy is! Wow! First round TKO. As I said, I told you first round TKO. I told you first round. Easy work for Ilia Topuria. First round KO over Charles do Bronx.
Jab to the body, stiff jab up high. Oh, right and left, and it's over. Topuria with the first round knockout and new champion. Woo! I called it, son. Lock City parlay hits, the 2-legger. They told me, no, Van's not good. Don't throw in Topuria. Yeah. Look at me.
Back to the center of the octagon. Oh. Jab for Ilia.
Oh! Oh! He just starched him! Charles Oliveira is completely out! He doesn't know where he is! Ilia Topuria in the first round! KO! This man is a fucking monster! He sips the tea! He's a killer!
Oh,
this guy is fucking crazy!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
155-pound champ, 145-pound champ, two-division champion, 17-0. Superstar!
Holy shit.
Shit. That's it. It's all over.
He just killed him. Ladies and gentlemen, Ilia Topuria just puts out Charles Oliveira. Hey, we were correct on the prediction. What does that mean for us, for the shots?
Islam Makhachev, who previously defeated Oliveira in dominant fashion and was now shifting his focus to welterweight, offered a far more nuanced view. He considered the fight essentially even, a razor-thin contest where either man could take over if they successfully implemented their game plan. Makhachev didn't see this bout as a matter of pure skill, but rather one of execution under pressure. For him, it was less about who was better and more about who could avoid making that one critical mistake. He emphasized that Oliveira had a very real chance of pulling off a major win if he kept the fight in his world.
Ilia Topuria has said a lot about you. He's being very respectful now this week. Like he said, he doesn't think you ducked him and he respects you for chasing your goals at welterweight. Who do you think is going to win on Saturday at UFC 317 between Ilia and Charles Oliveira?
It depends, man. Who can follow his game plan, you know? If Charles can take him down, he can finish him easy in the ground. Or if Topuria catch him, he gonna sleep, you know. And two options. Who is gonna make the game plan working?
There's never been a two-time lightweight champion. Charles will be the first if he wins. That would be a big accomplishment.
Well, I don't know about it, but he have chance. He have big chance, you know.
Yeah.
And he always fight good against the striking, you know, striking. But if Charles have small chance, if you give him small chance, he's gonna finish.
In the weeks leading up to this highly anticipated clash at UFC 317, a wide spectrum of fighters, analysts, and commentators gave their thoughts on how this vacant lightweight title fight would unfold. Israel Adesanya, a former middleweight champion known for his analytical take on fights, had experienced a change of heart when it came to Ilia Topuria. Previously skeptical of the young contender's leap to superstardom, Adesanya became fully convinced of Topuria's talent after watching him dispatch elite names like Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway. In Adesanya's view, Topuria's precision and sharp timing made him an especially dangerous opponent for someone like Oliveira, who has been known to leave openings while pressing forward.
The Bronx, Muay Thai stance, he comes forward, front kicks. I think Charles will come forward, but Ilia, unless he gets cracked early, he's not gonna move back. Ilia just has this slow cooking type of pressure where he's just there and he's constantly moving his head. His head's just like on the move. So Charles's jab, and Charles got a nice jab, a sick jab when it starts to land, when he finds his rhythm. But I don't think Ilia will let him find his rhythm because he'll just be moving forward straight away, and then he'll force Charles to move back. Because Charles will move forward unless Charles goes forward.
Charles goes for the knees
and cracks him straight away. Like if he cracks him straight away with something, that's the only way I see Ilia moving back, like at all. Unless, but you have to get the respect. Whoever gets whose respect first is going to win that battle of the pressure. But I think, because again, Charles can get hit early. Charles has been hit a few times. And for me, it's the fact that Ilia did that to my boy Volk and Max back to back. Not that I doubted him before, but I was like, nah. He's good, but he's not beating Volk. Oh, nah, he's good, but he's not beating Max. Max is hard to knock out, this and that, boom. So for me, I was like, okay. And it wasn't, it's hard to fault him in that day. And I think also the way he speaks, there's something about people when they speak, I can always tell, not always actually, I can sometimes tell, most times tell when they're bullshitting. But when he speaks, it lets you know, like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And he's done it as well.
Featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski spoke from direct experience, having shared the octagon with Topuria and felt his pressure firsthand. Volkanovski didn't shy away from his prediction. He believed Topuria's non-stop aggression would overwhelm Oliveira. From his standpoint, the Spaniard simply didn't allow his opponents any room to breathe. Even when struck, Topuria would answer back immediately, maintaining constant forward pressure. That kind of pace in Volkanovski's eyes spelled trouble for someone like Oliveira, who often gets drawn into chaotic firefights. He warned that Oliveira's habit of engaging in wild striking sequences might backfire against someone who thrives in those very moments.
UFC 317 this weekend, I'm going to give you my predictions on the co-main and main event. And I'm going to keep it pretty short because I think it's going to be two finishes. I think Kai Kara-France is going to take this opportunity, bring the belt back to New Zealand. In early rounds, I think he can get the finish. I know it's going to be a tough fight. Pantoja's so tough, but I believe Kai can catch him. So I'm going to go with maybe an early finish for Kai Kara-France. And then in the main event, I'm going to go another finish. I think this is going to be fireworks from the start, but I think it finishes early, and I'm leaning towards Ilia Topuria. I think Ilia Topuria is going to be the new lightweight champion, which is going to be absolutely crazy. So it's going to be crazy scenes there in Vegas. I'll be there to watch it. Cannot wait. So catch the fights on KO Sports via main event, 12 p.m. Sunday. It's going to be a good one. Don't want to miss it.
Commentator Luke Thomas framed the matchup from a broader lens, describing it as more than just a title fight. To Thomas, the implications stretched beyond two fighters and into the larger narrative of the UFC's lightweight landscape. He emphasized the stylistic intrigue, Oliveira's unpredictable, high-risk offense clashing with Topuria's methodical and clean striking. Many had expected Topuria to challenge someone like Makhachev, but Oliveira's ability to bring chaos to a fight added a different kind of tension. Thomas viewed the matchup as one of the most compelling on the calendar, not just for its technical elements, but for what it represented in terms of legacy and transition within the sport.
The number one fight that could have been made among all permutations was Islam Ilia. That's the best fight that could have been made. But the point I've been trying to make is that while that would be the most desirable one to choose, it's not like you're getting something bad even though you're not getting it. In other words, Topuria against Oliveira for the lightweight belt is fire. I don't care what anybody else says, it's fire. And then I've been saying this whole time, Islam going up to 170 and seeing how he matches up there with De La Maddalena, potentially Brady, potentially Rachmanov, potentially Gary, potentially Buckley. I mean, any number of ways in which that could go.
Veteran contender Michael Chandler, who had his own war with Oliveira in the past, added another layer to the pre-fight conversation. While he praised Topuria's ability to remain calm and deliver with clinical precision, Chandler cautioned against writing Oliveira off. He emphasized that Oliveira had grown considerably as a striker and remained incredibly dangerous in the chaos. Chandler highlighted that underestimating Oliveira's toughness had been the mistake of many who came before. In his opinion, if Topuria wasn't careful, Oliveira's ability to thrive in unpredictability could turn the tide of the fight in unexpected ways.
Lightweight division is being turned on its head. Islam Makhachev vacated. He's going to welterweight. We have a title fight pretty much a month away exactly right now for the vacant belt between Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira. I guess, are you surprised this is the way everything played out, from Islam not keeping the belt and it being like an interim or something to the fight we ultimately got for the vacant title?
No, I'm not surprised. You know, and I think maybe some of those rumors and stuff maybe played into my decision on why I wanted to fight Patty, why I wanted to get back in there. Obviously, if you look at the timing, I should have had a win against Oliveira. I messed that up. I should have had a win against Patty. I messed that up. I've had these great opportunities and they've just slipped through my fingertips. So if I would have beat Charles, I would be fighting Ilia for the title right now, you know, but this is the way the sport goes. I'm not surprised at all the craziness that's happening. I'm happy Ilia came up to 155. I'm happy Max is at 155. You got Poirier. Shoot, you got Poirier leaving the sport here in the next 6 weeks or whatever it is, which is crazy. You got Gaethje, you got Patty. There's a bunch of different stuff going on. So I'll be cage side for that fight to watch it, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, who do you think is going to win?
Man, it's tough. You don't bet against freaking Charles Oliveira because he's so dang good everywhere, and he's a really hard guy to beat. With that being said, Ilia Topuria's got some crazy power in his hands and crazy accurate strikes. So it'll be very interesting to see how that fight goes. You know, you gotta...
Former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker added an emotional element to his analysis. While he maintained a technical approach in breaking down the matchup, he couldn't help but reflect on Oliveira's remarkable transformation. Once criticized for inconsistency, Oliveira had built himself into one of the sport's most feared finishers. Whittaker praised the Brazilian's resilience, his ability to turn setbacks into growth, and the records he now holds within the organization. Still, Whittaker questioned whether Oliveira's proven vulnerability to damage could withstand the calculated, powerful approach that Topuria brings. He noted that Topuria's tight striking defense and explosive combinations posed a serious threat. If Oliveira relied too much on his ability to absorb and recover, it could be a costly mistake against someone with Topuria's precision and physicality.
Okay, so I think all the support that's going, obviously Charles Oliveira is a weapon of a fighter. I'm a big fan of his. Big fan of Ilia as well, but I love Charles. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love the story that he has? Okay, the heart that, like, he used to be such a quitter in those early days of UFC, and he just stopped quitting. Like, he found something in him and came back with a vengeance all the way to the title to become champion. I think though, a lot of Ilia's a different beast. Okay, I think a lot of the support that's going towards Charles winning this fight comes from the fact that we don't know what Ilia is going to look like moving up. Now, I've seen a lot of photos circulating of like Ilia next to the Chihuahua guy, and then Charles next to the Chihuahua guy. Sorry, dude. What? That's isn't that his nickname?
Go on. I'm sorry for
You know
stopping
what I
you.
was talking about?
Yeah, I
do. And then they're looking at size discrepancies. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think if they were in, if weight wasn't in the equation, I don't think it would. I think Ilia would be a huge. Ilia is a weapon. What he did to Volk and what he did to Max, two of the best featherweights, Volk being the best featherweight to have ever done it.
Yeah.
Okay. He starched two legends of the sport. Okay, that is
crazy,
unreal. Ilia's skill set is ridiculous. Now again, Charles is phenomenal as well. Super dangerous off his back. Ilia has the grappling to do it. Charles standing, very textbook, but gets hit a lot. Ilia loves scrapping, loves moving on the inside, loves slipping punches to land punches. He's so good at dirty boxing. I just don't see where Charles wins his fight against Ilia.
Jorge Masvidal took a bolder stance. Always known for his unapologetic honesty, he didn't hold back in his admiration for Topuria. In his eyes, Ilia wasn't just another hot prospect. He was a rare talent, the kind that appears once in a generation. Masvidal admired Topuria's total package: the striking, the wrestling, the poise, and above all, the ability to adapt mid-fight without losing composure. He believed Topuria would make Oliveira pay for any defensive lapse, and declared confidently that the Spaniard would emerge from UFC 317 with the belt around his waist.
I'd bet the house on Ilia. His grappling, offensively, it's very good. If like you shoot in on this guy's legs and you make a mistake and you're the one going for the takedown, he has a very good chance that he might put your ass.
Not everyone saw it the same way. Mateus Gamrot backed Oliveira, pointing to his extensive resume in the lightweight division. Unlike Topuria, who was making just his second appearance at 155 pounds and had yet to face elite-level lightweights, Oliveira had been forged in fire. Gamrot highlighted Oliveira's ability to take damage, recover, and find moments to finish fights against the very best. To him, Oliveira's experience, durability, and full-spectrum skill set made him the more proven fighter, especially in the deeper waters of championship rounds.
Next month, the lightweight championship is on the line. Ilia and Charles, who do you have?
Very interesting matchup. Both guys has power and skills to get the win this fight. Like Ilia can knock him out, the Oliveira. He has heavy hands for sure. But also Charles Oliveira has a lot of good tools to beat Ilia in the ground, in the feet, everywhere. But I think Oliveira is really big guy. Ilia is short guy, and I think this is gonna be much different than the both guys. And I think that this is gonna be advantage for Charles Oliveira, and he can the win.
Bilal Muhammad took a balanced view, appreciating the skill sets on both sides. He believed the outcome would come down to which fighter could best impose their style. He acknowledged Oliveira's submission threat and dangerous creativity, but also respected Topuria's power and composure. For Muhammad, both men had clear paths to victory. It was simply a matter of who stuck to their plan under fire.
You gotta make it dirty. You gotta get close on him. I think you have to initiate the clinch. Initiate grappling exchanges, especially early. Don't try to sit there and box with him. Don't strike with him. I know you have a high guard, but you get caught a lot with looping punches on the outside. You don't want to get caught with a looping punch by Topuria. I would say go high body lock. Let's test his strength. Let's see if he's strong enough for 155. Even if you have to pull guard. We haven't really seen Topuria's ground game that well, right? They say he has great grappling, but that's your world. You can wear on him, pull on him. Let's see if he added a little bit too much muscle. That's gonna mess up his cardio, and it's just gonna mess up his rhythm. Topuria is a rhythm fighter, beautiful boxing, beautiful footwork. When you're initiating these grappling exchanges, when you're making him think about the takedown, he's not gonna be able to set up his power punch. Topuria, exact opposite. Oliveira keeps his chin a little bit too high. I know he has the high guard. Set up your looping punches by going straight to the body, by going low kick. Chop him down a little bit, he stands straight upright. If you do knock him down with a punch, go for the kill. We've seen guys like Michael Chandler and we've seen guys like Justin Gaethje drop him and didn't want to really initiate the grappling exchanges with him. We've seen you go against guys like Ryan Hall. We've seen you against Bryce Mitchell on the ground. You got great ground game, great ground defense. So if you do drop Charles, don't let him off the hook, because when Charles gets back up, he always finds a way. When you're breaking up the clinches, keep your hands back up, proper defense. Don't overextend on your punches, because Charles will catch you, and if he does catch you, he does have great power. So be very smart and disciplined with your defense, submission-wise and striking-wise. My pick is gonna be Topuria. I think he's so good with his hands. He's so good at setting up punches, setting up traps.
Tim Welch voiced skepticism over Topuria's transition to lightweight. While impressed with Topuria's performances at featherweight, he questioned whether Ilia's boxing-centric approach would hold up against a bigger, more dynamic opponent like Oliveira. He pointed to the Brazilian's height, length, and variety, particularly his use of knees and long-range strikes, as factors that might pose problems Topuria hadn't yet encountered.
That's a dangerous fight. Merab calls it stupid to make Ilia Topuria fight Charles Oliveira before Islam Makhachev.
How is that?
Ilia Topuria says he got promised that he would fight for the title if he vacates.
By who? The security guard outside his room?
Yeah, he kind of hinted that he got promised that. I feel like Charles, Ilia...
That'd be fire.
I think Ilia might batter him. The way Charles comes forward with those reckless knees,
and he's got the chin floating up high too.
Stands up tall like a really tall Muay Thai guy, and Ilia's like a low boxer. That's a dangerous fight for Charles.
Meanwhile, Sean O'Malley offered a thoughtful, if conflicted, assessment. He leaned emotionally toward Oliveira, admiring the Brazilian's grit and all-around threat. Yet O'Malley recognized that Topuria's clinical finishing ability could nullify those strengths if Oliveira got caught early. He viewed it as a fight where either man could shine, but admitted Oliveira's tendency to absorb damage might finally catch up to him against someone with the finishing instincts of Topuria.
Could I get your read on how Topuria versus Oliveira plays out?
Man, that's one where your heart's telling you, you know, Charles, and your brain's telling you Ilia. It's just that one's a coin flip. Can't count Charles out. Ilia's on an absolute tear. You know, Charles does get hit and Ilia cracks. That fight I am very excited for.
So what were your reactions to the fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more MMA content like this.